maybe, still. I guess that's GODSENT's excuse. They flew back from China recently, as did Fnatic. And NiP are loving that. Back on one of the most comfortable maps, historically.
Get more drunk on planes because of the elevation.
I love some vodka on a plane.
That's why the bottles are so small.
My favorite pastime. The bottles are bigger on American planes, actually, than the small ones on the British Airways, the likes of British Airways. Nice tap from Dennis. He is very notorious for pistol rounds, abusing the distraction from his teammate. And now it's down to Freddy B. Alone with his P250, but not much can get done. Not for Freddy B, not this time. NiP with the pistol round. Dennis going straight for the M4. Nice one shot there from Draken, as well as one shot from oh man, he's flicking with the pistol. Why is he so good? Why?
That was a P2K commercial.
Double MP9. So reasonably limited grenades here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They've gone for the big guns. They are content with the situation. Cobblestone perhaps one of the maps which is more difficult for the CTs to try and abuse longer ranges, but there are other things to abuse. Drop is not the nicest place to try and make inroads to. Although Forrest will take a safer approach to that position. He's got Get Right in tow as well. And Get Right will pop flash for him. Again, distraction being run. And the abuse comes in from another player. Get Right low now, but they've picked off 2 of these GODSENT Ts, but they have not yet seen the bomb. Forrest sees somebody at range. Twist has Kevlar. Now Twist is absolutely dead, taking all the shrapnel. Was Dopplan spotted? Definitely is now. They would love a kill. GODSENT, maybe even more than that. And he gets 2 out of this. This is still a round to play for. 1 minute on the clock, but only 1 more second is required for Get Right to finish things off.
Extremely confident shooting from Disco, and a good attempt from GODSENT to go for the drop control first and then switch over to long, but NiP were all over everything. I mean, they played safely. They used a couple of flashes to take peeks, didn't allow GODSENT to get too much map control for free, and stopped them at every choke point.
Pop flash, very nice from a teammate, so the first player doesn't lose his spawn. Forrest gets his bell rung, but through the door, and from a Glock anyway, not going to be all the damage in the world. GODSENT waiting for the buy round, but again they'll try to make it expensive for Ninjas in Pyjamas. So you see the Glock player jumping past the angle, so if somebody was there, Dopplan would try to abuse the distraction to get the 2 digs in. But now his decoy has fallen. But no decoy required for Dopplan to land that one. Got a reposition as the shoulder picks come in from Dopplan. 2 players have fallen now, and there are guns to collect. Dopplan with the M4. No Kevlar for him though. And then Twist trying to do what he can with the P250. There's the bomb gone. And Forrest will clean up the rest. Bleaching the long A area. 3-0 to NiP.
Solid couple of anti-ecos. Barely anybody lost. 2 kills on each round, so majority rebuys are safe. Op comes out actually. And he doesn't really have a spawn for much.
Well then. Business as usual for Draken. Dennis playing close, avoiding the flashbangs by facing the wall. And both teams will fight for the control of drop. I like to stand under the window and bounce smoke grenade off the wooden wall on the opposite side. Lands nicely.
They're opting not to kind of peek long B control aggressively, and they re-smoke drop as well to really let GODSENT know that they're paying attention to it. And this is actually going to be kind of a problem for GODSENT because they want to split B, but you'd like to have drop in that case. Especially this late into the round, you don't know if long B is going to get taken control of, and here it is, the smoke and mollies come out.
And there's one more smoke onto Draken, but of course he will be focusing on the sniper rifle. 2 players finally moved from the drop, and there is time, there's loads of time still for GODSENT to do something here, but Rez is not going to allow it. 3 kills for Rez so far, and only Twist stands on the plateau, and Draken will finish him off. 4-0 for NiP.
That was very nice. Every part of that round was a huge call out. The 2 smokes that dropped, the 2 players that they let them know were there, and then As soon as there was all noise was cut, they decided to throw the molly to the back of long, and all that did was press GODSENT to try to find a window of opportunity to push out of the choke points and just get the execute over with. But clearly, we saw NiP were totally ready for it the whole time.
Pistols for GODSENT, a familiar story, just like on Train. Will they have similar struggles on Cobblestone? Certainly starting that way. They have got some kills in this pistol round though, but ultimately they have amounted to nothing thus far. A change in approach from the CTs, keeping GODSENT surprised, and this could be a nasty one. Draken can, or whoever that is in danger, can quickly pop up to help if needed. Sorry, Dennis. And indeed, he gets one for free and knows that one is upper. Deagle shots being fired. Freddy going for the kill rather than the gun to his right. Got to prioritize through the flames. Dennis will dispatch of Freddy. Hampus makes his way into drop, but Rez is close enough to hear the bouncing, the falling, the impact. And Rez will have an impact of his own. 5-0 to NiP.
The more rounds that we see where CZs win or ecoing players win, I become more of a fan of seeing somewhat aggressive crossfires on CT side to hold on to map control, to stay up in the choke points, to catch players as they're rushing in, because we'll find that even if you play back on the sites, you can still lose. So at least this way, now you can find out early if it's going to be your site, you can get the kills right away, you can stop bomb plants, and yeah, I'm a big fan of that, cutting off the money.
Initial grenades towards the plateau, and the T is in position. Next to no damage from that grenade. Hampus going for an opportunist pick as the smoke grenade was deployed, trying to catch a CT off guard, but the angle was too deep. Now Rez moves into the open while he's still blind, but they check for him. That's a lovely snap from Draken, but can he get any more than that? Get right is doing some damage as well. Finally picked off though. Bomb is on the floor, on the train, and on the site, sorry. There is a flank coming in from Dennis as well, and Draken needs to stay alive in the meantime. Could he be exposed to Twist? Spots Twist, going for a flick, but not really hitting the mark. Neither person is. The pistol will finish off the job for Twist. Must have known Draken was tagged. Maybe it was his doing earlier on. Twist looking for the trade fragger as he focuses on the play that he knows is around the statue position. Great snap onto Forrest, and now it's a 1 versus 1. Dennis moving into position, moving to the statue, continuing and finishing Twist off. An expensive round, but they keep the clean sheet, NiP, 6-0.
They managed to put it together, and it was close, and there was a lot of great shots hit and some pretty bad misses as well. But that was a little bit better from GODSENT. I think that they saw that on the previous execute when they tried to take drop control, NiP said no. On this round, as soon as it was denied, they didn't wait that extra 15 seconds to see if it would be resmoked. Instead, they went through with the long B execute, which I like them trying to find that timing, because it's going to be equally hard for them on any round. And a good call out here from Draken to find that first kill. GODSENT have actually forced this round. 3 AKs and 2 pistols.
Opening frag from Hampus. Really bad start for GODSENT here. They have Hampus in position, but what else can they do? Bomb not spotted yet by Ninjas in Pyjamas. They have Dennis close mid once again. Should a flank be required, he'll be ready for it. Draken with the AWP, extremely close range. In the meantime, and NiP holding down the B area. The jump is in, and Rez gets taken down. Was exposed to drop, but Draken will avenge him. 2 versus 1. Draken all over the place, but now taken out. And again, it's Dennis, the last man standing. Dopplan looking for the flank, and that's where Dennis is. But who will see who first? Dennis is just drawing his gun now, but he still gets the kill. The crouch is crucial there, and still no round for GODSENT.
Damn, it's sad to see them lose that round, because obviously they came very close to it. But they did attempt to force. It looks like they didn't spend all their money as well, because they have enough now to full buy without a plan. So even though it's 7-0 and a pretty good round for NiP to win, it costs them a lot of money, and GODSENT can still reset them here.
Yes, GODSENT could theoretically quickly catch up if they can break the money of Ninjas in Pyjamas. This is one of the key rounds in which they must do so. Otherwise, NiP will be well on the way to double figures with no response from GODSENT. Pretty be on a Mag 10. Everybody though with a helmet on NiP, so won't be easy for him to get a kill there. Draken constantly changing positions, keeping GODSENT on the back foot is a problem that they can't seem to solve at the moment.
That's a good point. He's made a phantom of himself and has basically been at the B site and A site, many different capacities. But suddenly a MAC-10 appears at A, and his teammate comes with him.
Well, finally, surely, desperately, this must be around for GODSENT. They have man advantage. NiP don't really have the money to go for this. They could really do with saving these weapons. If they get taken out and it's a wipeout, then that would be opening the door for GODSENT to have a more competitive half. So tough decisions need to be made by NiP. As you see the money there, they could drop and buy around these weapons, and I feel like that might be the best course of action. Dead in with 5,000. There's the AWP lost. You're right, looking for something, but they will start to be drained now. And that is the wipeout for Ninjas in Pajamas. They could have gone for the reset in the next round, but now let's see what they choose to do.
I think they were strung along by too many opportunities for that retake. They were tempted too many times. They had the big flank set up halfway through. They're like, all right, let's see if this kill comes through. Get right finds a frag. He jumps up in heaven, sees one underneath him, and then the guy on site gives him a fight as well. And it's like, oh, we really shouldn't go for this, but here are all these different chances we have to win. And now they have no money to buy up.
For me, that's a good round to give up, because it's okay for them to win one round. It's okay, you can see it as a positive, because if you reset them afterwards, then it's easier for you to get a better score.
Absolutely.
So the flip side of it is now they have a force buy with CZs, and then it's on AWP, and maybe it works out for them, but you run it 20 times, maybe 3 times or less, they'll be successful. But that's my opinion. Their opinion is, let's win this round. So far, so good. Maybe a weapon to be picked up. Okay, this is getting somewhat ridiculous now. 5 versus 3. Hampus won't get that kill. I was ready to say finally they will get a pick or something. But no. They have no answer to any of these frags.
I absolutely hate to see it.
Not a single kill. That is... that's devastating.
And it's hard to exactly point out where it went wrong, really. What frag it was, that was the big problem.
Devastating.
Ugh, that sucks. Could have been the start of a good comeback, potentially.
Well then, Draken with an aggressive peek. Will they make the same mistake moving up the stairs? That's a nice angle. May experiment with that myself in the distant future. Pistols for GODSENT for the most part. There's 2 UMPs as well, but Forrest has eyes on them. They will take turns. Forrest and his teammate doing some damage. Some flashes coming in from the teammates as well. Flying over to connect to position, and there's only so much GODSENT can do about this. Freddy on the flank, but there's still somebody in the B bomb site. Even though they have possession of the bomb on A, they are playing the containment role, but surely they know that their weak spot is connector. And indeed, you can see Rez looking for it, although Dennis needs to be careful, but unlikely Freddy will head in that direction. So we may be waiting a while here, but at 9-1, what is there to say for GODSENT?
Not a lot. The most depressing part about losing all these rounds is just coming up with eco strats. This is when IGLing really sucks. When you have to save so many times that you don't even have any more strats left, any more new things that you can do, and you have to constantly try to, I don't know, reassure your team. But again, they are a jet lagged GODSENT, in case anybody missed it. They just got back from China. It's kind of one of the longest flights I think you can take in esports, probably like 24 hours time in the air. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're not feeling 100%.
Sounds like an average week for me.
Yeah, for real, huh? How long is your flight to here?
10.5 hours.
That's not bad at all.
It's less on the way back though.
Yeah.
I'm flying to London and back in the next week. 1 kill for GODSENT. And that's pretty much all there is to say for them in this particular round, because everybody else has died in quick succession. 10-1 for Ninjas in Pajamas, and now they start to build their bank again, tracking on $10,000. 10 for 3, 12 for 6 Forest, 10 for 4 Res, and so on and so forth. You get the picture. Meanwhile, average kills on Godsent is 3 or 4. And the deaths are plentiful. 5 AKs for the Godsent team. Not much in the name of grenades. Might be a fast play towards B. Spam some grenades over the roof.
Which is the great thing about Cobble. So they throw the Molotov just to hope that no one crosses. I think it's because they won't be able to molly out the left side. And then they can group up after the smoke. Initial counter nades are done and try to just bust out.
Team kill during that spray. And it's a 3 versus 1. Twist is alone around the tree position, but he can't get to Forest fast enough. 11-1. That was a brief round, to say the least.
Yeah, I appreciate the strat. I think I would do something similar, just because nothing's really going your way. That's a tried and true thing. I think the Flowers position was the perfect place to be in for a strat like this, and we could see why. And obviously, you know, Brolin helping out, getting an extra kill. Definitely looks like they're in shambles right now.
Freddy B taken up quickly. Hamper standing in a smoke, making his way through danger, and he might have found a hole in the defenses. Taking Draken down immediately, picking up the AWP. Don't really want to face that angle anymore. Forrest forced forward, and he'll take out the teammates in response. The bomb is in the danger position now. And Hampers is not really being given much of anything. Forrest still focusing on the lower area. Grenades being held, and Brogan will go down for free. There goes Hampers, there goes the AWP, and it's Stockland with the Deagle once again for some consolation frags. Won't happen though. 12-1 for Ninjas in Pajamas. It's been a great day for round difference, even though the priorities will be changing in future for tiebreakers.
Is it going to be
to get the round difference up there?
Is it going to be head to head?
Should be, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it could matter. I think with the specific games we had today, yeah, maybe. I mean, Astralis Fnatic, that could matter. At the end of the season, who knows? Nade just misses, but doesn't matter. Hampus runs in blind. Oh. Very good readjustment of the aim.
What more can we do but bear witness to the CT half of NiP. Dorplan moving away with the bomb, and Rez is going on a journey. And even if Rez goes down here, all he's giving them is a CZ. I don't know if he drops his weapon, but they've got the AKs anyway, or the AK now, as Dorplan is alone. Just picked off Rez, so they know exactly where he is. Could be pushing him along, but there's no reason to push in this situation in NiP. No reason to give a window of opportunity. They can just hold, keep a solid structure. It's almost like playing defense in football, especially in 11 or 5-a-side. Just hold a line of your teammates, and there's less for them to exploit. Don't need to push forward and allow them to split you with a through ball, so to speak. Let them come to you, and then a dispatch of them with a lovely slide tackle. 13-1.
That's interesting. The same rules apply to trading. Just kind of don't go any farther than your teammates, so that yeah, you're always in line of sight. Or somebody can take contact. GODSENT don't have much to work with. 2 UMPs. Damage fall-off might be a problem. Peeking behind the molly, very popular thing to do, and what a nice shot from Dennis.
Liberties are being taken now.
Yeah.
Liberties are being taken, rights are being taken. They are being oppressed.
Wow.
There just isn't anything to say about that.
Look at that one round in the middle. The one lonely round. This is depressing, James. I'm depressed.
A friend of mine actually released a video series about depression, among other things. called the Checkpoint series. It was on Kickstarter. I backed it. You can find it on YouTube and on Steam.
Where can you?
So if you
Oh,
do a
it's a
search
game.
for Checkpoint on Steam, you can find the videos there. Check them out, man. If you having any issues, maybe good for some advice. Pistol round between these two sides. NiP now on the T side with 14 rounds. Godsent have just evened the numbers for the time being. Pistol can really go either way. Get right, been heard, but Hampus been turned into a Christmas hamper. Last two CTs towards A. And the bomb is sure to go down. There's a flashbang on Res. A post-plant flashbang. But it's not required just yet. Get right's got a USP, and that leaves Freddy B alone. And once he's in the point of no return, a flashbang may come out. Bouncing very deeply off the wall will keep him contained in the choke point for the time being. With Kevlar, Freddy does not have a kit. I don't know if one was purchased at the beginning of the round, but he's only just now making his way through the door. You can see the flank is already in position, so should he go left of the tree, the double peak is going to be there, and here it is. You hear the bomb ticking. This round cannot be won. Match point NiP.
Yikes. That would have been their one saving grace, you would think. But then again, CZs. Deagle on Disco. Freddy with the UMP.
Freddy UMP. B. Right then, let's see. Is this the end of the road, the end of the journey? Is the horse dying? Is it lame? Can a donkey no longer carry the carts? Etc. Has the milk gone bad?
If you smell it, you'll know, James.
A lot of questions.
I am not a sniffer of milk, Dan.
Well, then how will you know if it's gone bad or not?
Someone else. It's not up to me to answer that
Someone
question.
else will try.
It's just up to me to
Just
ask the
wait.
questions, Dan. Freddy trying to hold down the mid position with the UMP, but he'll only be so successful. And it's down to Brolan, the young man on the Godsent side. The promising talent, or so I'm told. Not this time, though. A difficult game, a difficult day of Counter-Strike for Godsent. Not much to really say in their regard, and it will be an NiP highlight reel on these replays.
Well, what can you say about that one?